Hello there, and welcome to the CP7 Podcast. My name's Parm.
And I'm Andy.
And together, we are Chrono Passion 7. Hello, and welcome to episode 21. It's our Watches and Wonders special. We're off to Watches and Wonders, and he's been working tirelessly behind the scenes to get us there, and he's done an absolutely brilliant job getting that all sorted for us. Before we bring Andy in, I just want to let you know this is a completely unedited show. I've just come back from Dubai. Andy's been brushed off his feet at work. So please excuse all the breaths, ums, ahs, you knows, and anything else we would normally edit out of the show. So, Andy, tell us all about Watches and Wonders.
Yeah, it's quite surreal. I think we're still pinching ourselves at the moment just to absorb what has happened. So it was quite the mission. And I remember we were advised, right, by a good friend, just go there no matter what and go to Time to Watches, just be on the scene, enjoy Geneva. In this period, you're going to have a good time no matter what, right? However, as many people are probably aware, to get in on those press days can be quite the challenge. And I'm not really one to back down from a challenge. And yeah, it's no secret sauce. Just we've done a lot of networking over the years, and we pulled some strings with some great contacts, some great brands, and they came through for us. And here we are going as press on Geneva Watch Days, which has been a dream of ours for quite some time. I think ever since I met you, Parm. So it's quite an achievement. And yeah, just extremely excited to be there and just absorb this atmosphere for, let's be honest, probably the biggest watch event in the world, right? It's one of the most important. So yeah, just can't wait to be there. But how are you feeling? You feeling anxious? Does it feel real yet?
Seeing that I just got back from Dubai yesterday and just trying to get over the jet lag. But yes, it's now that I'm back and we're flying out on Monday, it's finally hit home that it's happening, and it's like living the dream, I guess. Feeling blessed that we're actually going to make it there, and hard work pays off. Andy's hard work has really paid off for the podcast. All the hard work we put into the podcast.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So it's, and we said this before because we get all excited, right? When we've been working on so many little projects in the background, and it's like, okay, yeah, you've done great there, but I mean, it is the product what got us there as well. And a big part of the product is all the work you do, Palm, as well, with the editing, which takes hours to produce such a great show. So it's teamwork at the end.
Well, not today. Not today. We're not
today. No, we'll be booted. We won't. We'll arrive and be like, sorry, declined.
Yeah. Too many breaths, too many ums, too many ahs, too many you knows.
Oh gosh, I'm terrible at the you knows. I don't think I've used one yet though, apart from the one example.
Just that one. Just that example, yeah. Just the example one.
Yeah, now I'm really conscious of it. Right, okay.
Right, so we're off on Monday until Friday, and we've got appointments lined up. We've got some really special stuff. We're going to bring content to you, obviously. I mean, that's the whole point we're going, is to share that with you, share that experience, and take you with us. And Andy, I believe we're going to go live on Instagram as well while we're out there.
We are, yeah. So the goal is that we're just going to rip the Band-Aid off and just put ourselves out there. So we're going to go live on IG whenever it is possible, whenever we think it would be interesting to do so. So please look out for that. And we're also going to go live with probably a podcast everybody has heard of. And Pam, maybe you want to mention this one.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. As Andy and I are both writers for the Scottish Watches Writers Group, we will be doing some live breakdowns at the end of the day with Scottish Watches. Not every day, but just a couple of times during the week. And that's very exciting as well to have been invited to do that.
Yeah.
And it's really good of Ricky to ask us.
Yeah, no pressure on that one. No, it's going to be great fun though, right? It's just, I think we were saying as well, obviously, it's amazing for all of the new watches, what we're going to see, and finally see all of the new releases in the flesh, right? Which is going to be a great experience, and we're going to be able to relay all of that experience and hands-on experience with so many pieces, just to give you guys, our listeners, a far better impression of what these watches are truly like, other than just a picture on Instagram, right? But yeah, it's extremely exciting to be there. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Going to be a great experience.
Yeah, I think Andy's been shopping. Andy's been shopping as well. So look out for his auto. Was it spring summer collection?
Oh yeah, basically bought a new wardrobe for this event, right? So it's just to look fresh. Probably bought way too many outfits than what I actually need or will wear. But it's the first time being there. We hear it's a bit of a fashion show, so we want to look the best. We want to be stylish as much as possible, and that's kind of the DNA of Chrono Passion 7. I'd say that's our thing. So I know many of the times you are just hearing our voices, but when we go to any kind of watch event, we do like to go a bit all out, right? And classic British gentleman, just dress well, right?
Just a
We just
little,
enjoy it, yeah. But it just feels so. Even just wearing your watch feels so much better when you're rocking a good outfit, I think.
Yeah, and on that subject, we haven't done a wristwatch check. What have you got on the wrist there, Andy?
So I'm wearing the Jean d'Eve, and nothing much has changed. Don't need to talk about it that much. It's the automatic, so it's not the one I had previously, which was the smaller hand wind mechanical. The only thing what's changed is I bought a relatively nice golden coloured metal bracelet for it, which has really made it look a lot more premium. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. But what are you rocking, Pam?
So I am wearing my Cartier Tank Mousse Large, which I bought at the beginning of last year from the Cartier boutique on the Champs-Élysées in Paris. A great watch, a nice little dressy piece. Unfortunately, I won't be taking it to Watches and Wonders. I have something else in mind to wear out there, but that's what I've got on my wrist.
Excellent.
So Rolex and Tudor seem to be the big talking points since they released their teaser videos. What have you made of them, Andy? I mean, apart from the GMT, well, you got GMT sub Sky Dweller. What do you make of all that? There's a little minute-long teaser.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it didn't excite me as much as some teasers from the previous years. However, it's all in the detail with these Rolex teasers. So when you first watch it, you're like, oh, it didn't really give that much away. And then you've got to, it's YouTubers, right, who just love to break it. And not just YouTubers, Instagrammers as well, who kind of break it down frame by frame to really spot all the little Easter eggs within the teaser. What I can make of all these little frames, what I've been seeing scattered over the internet today, because it just blows up, right, is an oyster flex in there. I know I've heard many rumors that people want to see an oyster flex and a Submariner. I know us CP7 guys don't believe that will probably happen. I think that's still our stance, right, Palm? Do you see a oyster flex Submariner happening anytime soon?
No, there's always been big call for it. It's kind of like when you get the people want the Tudor Submariner or the GMT Coke. It's something that everyone wants and they keep talking about, and it never happens, and they save it for next year to want it. But the premium Rolex diver watch was the Yachtmaster. That's what it was made for. It was, they said traditionally, the captain of the ship wore the Yachtmaster, and the seamen wore the submarine.
No, it's no cutting.
It's unedited. And so I think they're still keep sticking to that ethos. And precious metal, not precious. They are precious metal subs, but the Oyster Flex seems to be
reserved
suited to the
top tier. Yeah,
the models that started life in precious metals. I'd not started life, but I don't know. There's a thing they have about the Oyster Flex. I just don't think it'll sit on a sub.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then the other one was the motif dial, in that icy blue, which normally hints towards a platinum Rolex, right? And rumors have been going around, or speculation that could be an iteration of the 1908, which, well, I think that one's quite a good guess. Like maybe doing a more premium, super precious metal in 1908 with the platinum motif dial. I think that would be quite nice. But again, we could be way off with that. I don't know. But yeah, what do you think about that?
No, I think that's what's going to happen. They've got
Yeah.
the ice blue or the platinum. They've got that nice gear shade. They're almost like the Goyard pattern that you get on the Goyard products. It's very interesting, very nice. I think the 1908 could be, I don't think they'll just stick to three-handers or two-handers for long. Three-handers, sorry. Because they can really get complicated. They can get some real complications in their perpetual calendars, annual calendars. They may not need to put that on their sports watches. I mean, apart from the Sky Dweller, which is an annual calendar, they could put all these complications now on the 1908 collection and really make that desirable.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, a three-hander dress watch Rolex is not at the top of many people's lists for a Rolex watch. So I think, it'd be interesting to see, and that's food for thought, if they do actually go that way with the 1908. I wish they do. I hope they do.
Yeah.
So, and I think that was just from I think it's a 2 or a 3. You see just a little hint of a number as well, and the stick hands. Everything points. All signs point to a 1908 for that one. Yeah.
I think that could be one of the more obvious giveaways. Another one is certainly, I think there's going to be an iteration of a GMT. I know everybody's going crazy for a new, the Coke coming back. I personally don't think that's going to happen. That's my stance. I don't know why I just see something like a classic black coming back, but I could be way wrong with that as well. But what are your feelings around? Do you think it will be a new GMT? Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that there will be one. Just, you see the bracelet, the Jubilee, and that's what we assume, I guess.
Yeah, in the teasers, they put them in for a reason. They'd never put a model that they're not going to release into a teaser.
Yeah,
they do put something new in. And just the beveling on the bezel looked GMT Master-esque rather than
anything else.
On the Submariner, they're slightly tighter than the bezel of the beveling on the bezels. So I think and the Jubilee bracelet as well. Unless Rolex go completely left of field and put a Jubilee bracelet on a Submariner, which I doubt they will.
Yeah.
If they're doubting they put an Oyster Flex on, I doubt they'll put a Jubilee bracelet on. So, it'd be a GMT Master. It could be the Guinness, the black and grey in steel, possibly all steel rather than the two-tone and yellow gold.
That would be
all yellow gold.
Classic Rolex
from last year.
Yeah, that kind of move is, it make a lot of people happy, I think, and very subtle, and that's what Rolex are great at doing. Sometimes it's a very small thing, but it makes all the difference, right, with what they do. So that's a good shout. Is there any kind of wild card you could see come in, or what would you like to see? Would be maybe a better question.
I'd like to see myself being able to buy one. But apart from that, I don't know. I kind of think over the years you see the teasers and you kind of desensitize slightly from them. Maybe as we get closer and closer, I'm going to start thinking, right, I want this, I want that. I think the Guinness would be a good shout. It'd be a nice grey and black, very dark, Gotham City kind of vibe to it. The Coke everyone wants. I like black and red as a combination, but I just can't see them.
Yeah,
they don't really go back to. They did the Pepsi quite a few years ago, but they don't really go back to doing anything. They don't revisit many things nowadays.
Yeah, it's not so often. I think Coke is a bit of a dream To be honest, I'd be very surprised. Like, I wouldn't complain if I did that, but I just don't see it. I think the Guinness is on steel is quite a nice shout. I think that'd be quite a success.
But it's also the 70th anniversary.
Yeah, for the GMT Master, right?
Yeah, so they probably will put something out a bit different, or maybe they won't. Yeah,
yeah.
When the Explorer 2's 50th, they didn't really do anything. So I don't know. They are kind of and even with the Daytona, I suppose they did the Le Mans, but that wasn't. You know,
we're not going to get a left-hand drive Pepsi then.
Might get a right-hand drive Sprite.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know.
That is true.
Yeah.
So there was another one, right? A few people spotted this, and we were speaking off air, so we bring this back in. But I have a feeling there could be a gold date just coming back, like solid gold date just. Like, that is something they've done in the past. I think it would be a great addition. I don't know how popular it would be, actually. Like, being a vintage guy, I kind of love the vintage old solid gold Rolexes, but I know it's not so hot in the normal current modern market of Rolex, so I don't know how big a success that would be. But people are pointing towards that from the teaser, but I think you picked up that maybe it might not be that, right? Like, this may be a ladies' watch, what they were teasing. And
you're right. The one I was going to what? Yeah, so right at the end, they've it looks like a 36mm date just, but that could be a lady's date just piece, because you look at the crown; it's very large, and the case possibly looks a bit smaller than a 36. That could be a 34. And Rolex have teased before with ladies' watches, like a couple of years ago, the flower dial with the diamonds. They made a big deal out of that in the teaser. So who's to say that won't be a lady's date just, a smaller one, a 34?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
It's just, this is the thing with the teaser. They leave so many questions open. I mean, I think the GMT will be definite. The 1908 will be definite. But what the GMT will be, they're making a rose gold day date, which they opened with and showed again. It's just obviously the color of maybe a different stone now on the dial, or some way they can vary it. Like last year they did the orange and the turquoise.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, on the day date. Yeah, there was a diamond bezel as well. There's definitely going to be a diamond bezel day date. Who, I don't know how many people will care, apart from people with serious flex money. But I mean, yeah, it's not the hottest.
People won't be flocking to the ADs to get the diamond
there won't be a massive wait list, I don't think, for a diamond bezel.
Yeah, and also there is one thing. Rolex have never done the Submariner in rose gold. I wonder if this year we might get to see that. I don't think we will. I don't think I saw it in the trailer.
Yeah,
but I don't know why they don't do it, because they've done everything else with it, apart from Oyster Flex. But they don't go rose gold with a Submariner, which is interesting because they do it with most other things.
Yeah, I'm trying to visualize it. I don't know if I'd like it, but
they could.
But it could, yeah. It's Rolex, so if I do it, it will work. But in general,
I just had a thought. Remember the Oscars show? There was a teaser for a day date. Maybe there was a rose gold slate dial day date, or a greyish dial.
Yeah, but that was a silent release. I think. I don't think it was a teaser. It was just a quiet release.
Okay, so it has actually been released.
That's been released. Yeah, you 100% correct. It was a rose gold day date. I think it was 41 with, as you said, slate grey dial. Yeah, but it was a silent, stealth release. Yeah,
I see. Okay, so there won't be it. So there's another
soft,
one coming
soft launch. I think it's the correct term, right? Yeah. So
there you go. I mean, and that brings us to Tudor and the Ranger. What is going to happen there?
Yeah,
purple dial.
The video wasn't. I didn't really get the video. I don't know. I watched
It's
it a few
weird.
times. It was just weird. Um,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
very
let's
funky, very modern, very young. Like the Rolex one's very, the music, the
refine
classical
and
music, and very cultured.
yeah,
And Tudor was like young, cool, but
hip.
I think they went a bit too young and cool to even the
Yeah.
young people didn't know
Well,
what
where's
was
the
going on.
watch at some points? I think, but two points with Tudor. One, if we talk about Tudor, we love the brand, but we have to bash the Ranger, of course, just for us not having such a big passion for it.
Well, but if they do a purple dial, you never know, purple or pink.
Purple, pink, polar Ranger. It's got a ring
Polar
to it.
Ranger.
It does. It has a ring to it with an orange running seconds hand. Maybe
They
that's
did
cool.
that pink chrono, didn't they, for the
They did.
sports?
Yeah,
link?
it was the team of David Beckham. I'm not a big football guy, but
Into Miami.
Into
But there
Miami,
were other
that's it,
sports as well that
Yeah.
that used the pink that Tudor sponsor. So
Okay.
maybe the Lionel Messi link as well because he plays for Inter Miami. That might sell a few.
That is true.
But,
I'll be honest.
did go pink.
I like that. I like that. I like the pink chrono. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's cool. Would I pay over premium or go on some crazy wait list for it? No.
Would you pay full price? That's the question.
It's a good question. I don't actually know what the retail is. I've not looked into it that much. I'll be hands up completely honest, but 6-7 grand. Oh, okay, maybe
5K, maybe. Maybe 6-7. They've gone up. I remember when they first came out, they're about 5.
Yeah, but if you're talking pounds,
like
that's not far from 6k euro, right? In my language, so probably not. But I appreciate it. If it was David Beckham, I'd wear it for free. That's for sure. Yeah, it's a nice piece. But yeah, I'm not. So yeah, there's the answer. Probably I won't ever have that piece unless 10 years down the line it's 3k on Chrono 24 or something.
Actually, £4,790. You can buy a brand new white dial Tudor Chrono Panda.
That's totally reasonable, but I think his pink dials will probably have a little bit of a limited
run as well. I think 100 pieces.
Yeah, you're paying some money for that, which I wouldn't be willing to pay.
I do like the Jubilee style bracelet. We can't say Jubilee bracelet because it's not Rolex.
Of course.
I like the Jubilee style bracelet on it, which is good. But that's actually been released.
Okay, that's
cool. And the advert has some kind of mountains turning upside down and some molten lava, which could indicate that the Black Bay Pro could be getting another model in its range.
That would be nice.
Explorer 2, Spelunker, Cave Diver inspired watches.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the Black Bay Pro is probably one of the coolest releases they've made. They make good releases. They do have some really cool ones. And that was probably, apart from the height on the wrist, it was probably the best. It looked like the old the Freccioni.
The OG Rolex is just a marvel, right? It's a grail for some. So, it's awesome, right? That Tudor at least make that design that accessible. So, yeah, no, that's a really cool piece, and I think that's a good shout. There is rumors of the Tiger chronograph making a comeback, right? I know that's very popular amongst vintage or neo-vintage collectors. Obviously, because it will Rolex crowns and casing back then as well, which make them quite desirable. Could you see the Tiger chronograph come in? The Prince Tiger making an appearance?
I don't think they call it Tiger anymore because obviously the association with Tiger Woods is long gone. But I think that's right. I heard they're going to make their own in-house movements, and that the association with Breitling using their B01s in the chronographs is going to end. But then that's all speculation and rumors. I have no 100% confirmation of that. But we will find out on Tuesday.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll try to provide that scoop as and when it happens. We're going to be at the expo, right? We're going to be all over Geneva, I think, some of the days. But any of the days we're at the expo and there's something launched, and if we can get the scoop, we maybe quickly go live on IG or drop a quick show at least to summarize on what we've seen, right? Like we said previously.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely watch for space. There'll be a lot going on, that is for sure.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's actually,
it's
now that
super
we're talking about it, it's getting more and more
becoming more real, right?
Yeah, it's becoming more real, and it's just it's going to be awesome, and we're going to take you with us. And again, show production, apologies for last week. It just wasn't possible with everything going on. We couldn't drop a show, and we're going to try our hardest to get one out next week. If not one big show, some small shows, and take it from there.
Absolutely, yeah. So don't expect the usual production, but do expect the usual great conversation and content, of course. And yeah, it could even be 5 to 10 minutes, just a quick brief update of what we've seen, a quick summary, at the end of the day, hey, this is what we've seen, these are our highlights. And we'll try give some updates, but we are going to be rushed off our feet. And from some experience now going to these shows, we've done it in the past where we're going to deliver so many things. And then once you're there, you're just exhausted. There's so much going on. You're getting dragged off to things what you didn't even know about. It's unpredictable. However, we will try to deliver content when it is feasible to do so, right? And yeah, it's extremely exciting. And I think this leads us just to the final segment of this more spontaneous show, if you like. And one brand what doesn't participate in Watches and Wonders is Omega and, of course, the Swatch Group. But they definitely make a big song and dance just before Watches and Wonders to make sure they do get some spotlight. And, of course, they've done it in true... Obviously, there was the new Speedy, right? The white dial, which was a huge success. And Parm, you got to see that in the metal, actually. So before we get on to I was going to lead into the Swatch Snoopy, but while you were in Dubai, you had a quick hands-on with the white Speedy. How did you find it in the metal?
It is amazing in person, in the metal, as you put it. It's just so cool. Even it's completely different from the black dial. I don't know. I can't explain how. I mean, obviously because it's a white dial, but the actual look and aesthetics and feel of it it's a whole different experience. It is not like putting on a Speedmaster MoonSwatch with the black dial on. It's completely different. It even with the Seamaster Great White I have it's pretty much the same layout: black bezel, white dial, and the red writing, red Seamaster, red Speedmaster. But it's just a completely different experience. It's a really, really good one. I think it's going to be so popular. And when I went there, when I went to Dubai Mall, they did say, "Oh, we'll have some in." It was a exhibition only.
Okay.
One you could try on, but production will allow everyone who wants one to get one. They assured me that.
That's cool.
And another thing I saw, which I never was quite a surprise, I went to the IWC boutique and I saw the Ingenieur in all three colors, in the opal green, which is almost blue green. It's a very strange, really cool color.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the black and the white, which are all really nice as well. And I spoke to the guy there and talked about Watches and Wonders. I said, "Oh yeah, I'll be going there next week." He was like, "Okay, I can't make it myself. But I said, "What can I thought I'd be a bit cheeky. What can we expect? Are we, we're going to get? Are they discontinued? What are they going to do with this?" And he said, "No, look out for precious metal ingenieurs and a possible perpetual calendar, which is quite interesting because they're going to try and they'll try and make it complicated." So again, how true that is, I mean, this is the guy in the boutique telling me. So he, I'm sure he knows his stuff, and IWC can put perpetual calendars on sports watches, which we've seen with the Top Gun collection. Watch this space, that could happen as well. And you heard it here first.
100%. I think that's a great shout, actually. Like, obviously with the Da Vinci range, they already have it down, right? The more perpetual calendar, more complications, and they love precious metal as well. So I think that would be, I don't know how big a success it would be, but I think it'd be a beautiful piece if they're doing an engineer with precious metal and perpetual. I think that'd be really
Because
interesting.
IWC really know how to do that kind of complication on a sports watch. I don't see anyone else being able to do that the way they do it.
So clean as well. They're doing such a, again, we
a natural way.
Yeah, underappreciated, I would say. A lot of IWCs are. They do some great stuff. And yeah, good shout on the Omega. I think the 100. Well, it's €100 difference for me, for example. It sounds like it's worth every penny on the white dial. So yeah, I'm looking for. I know I'll see one in the flesh very soon, but I've just not got around to it.
It's a beautiful watch. It really is. It's nice and light as well. It's
just
superb.
Nailed it. MoonSwatch Snoopy, how do we feel about it? And of course, is the newly released black as well, all black. So all white or all black. I personally like the white out of the two. But in general, what do you think about the Moonphase on the MoonSwatch? You like it?
I think just when everyone got bored with the collab, Swatch and Omega did come out. They let's not get excited to say knocked it out of the park, but they've rekindled interest in an amazing way, I'd say, because everyone is all over the white one, and then the black one coming out so quickly. It's so clever. They're going to want everyone's going to want to have both.
Yeah,
they're going to want the black and the white. And at Watches and Wonders, what they were saying a couple of years ago was people were turning up with tens of thousands of pounds of watch on their wrist, but the MoonSwatches were the ones that everyone was, oh wow, you've got a MoonSwatch. And people were paying over list and stuff to get them just to have it in time for Watches and Wonders. So I think people will be wearing these and at the event, and they probably will get a bit of attention because there's a certain charm. I don't know what it is. There's a certain hype to this that is unmatched.
I think you nailed it there, and I'm quite over the whole MoonSwatch thing, right? But when I saw the white Snoopy, there was a charm to it. There was a little. I won't mind that actually. It is
exactly. It's a secret shame.
Something. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of if I had to, I would. I quite like it as a guilty pleasure. Yeah, would I buy it at retail? Maybe. Yeah, not over. That's for sure. But
it's that drunken misdemeanor, right?
Exactly. Yeah. We will see this actually because we have a meal with Martin, right? We're gonna have a good catch up. Martin Green,
resident gentleman of the show.
Resident gentleman, of course. So we're gonna on Wednesday night, and at the restaurant we booked, the owner is a watch collector, and he just so happens to have this white Snoopy. So I know he'll be showing us that evening. So we might see it before, but definitely we will see it then. Yeah.
So we'd probably buy one each if we can find one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd just be hanging out at the Swatch boutique the whole time and miss the whole show. Miss the whole event.
Yeah, that's it. That's definitely the strategy of Swatch and Omega. They do it. It is. I think I've said it before. It is a masterclass in. They don't participate in the biggest watch event in the world, arguably. Right. I'm not saying it is the biggest watch event. I'd probably say it's definitely one of, if not the. Right. And Omega Swatch Group don't participate in this event, but in a sense, again, they have those plastic business cards on the wrists of everybody again. Like I used that in the show many moons ago now, or at least it feels so.
Many MoonSwatches ago.
Many MoonSwatches ago. And yeah, what a great way just to market their brand and have it everywhere, in everybody's faces. Because everybody's going to be wearing the new Snoopy who can get their hands on it and be rocking it around Watches and Wonders. And it's just their way of like Swatches here without even having to pay anything to be there. So
quite funny. Move. Probably an MBNF on what £400,000 MBNF on one wrist and the little Snoopy one on the other.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. But yeah, exciting times. And yeah, I think that concludes the show quite well. Just extremely grateful for the opportunity to be there and for all our listeners' support who have helped us on this journey to get where we are right today. It's just fantastic. And we're just getting started. We're just warming up.
Just getting started. So really looking forward to the event. We have got to pack our bags, get our equipment together, get our microphones together, and get on that plane.
Yeah, and don't forget the 5-hour meeting on outfits. How we're going to dress.
Yeah, we'll do a whole show on that.
Yeah. Chrono Fashion 7.
No, we are Chrono Fashion 7. No, we won't put you through that. So, on that note, check out the Instagram. Andy, is there anything you want to add on IG before we end the show?
Just for classic, right? It's chrono_passion_7. We will drop a brief show note from today's show. It's hectic, right? We've got Watches and Wonders around the corner. Tomorrow, me being the red bar guy, I have an event tomorrow, so I'm going to be quite busy from the morning until the early evening with that. So whilst I'm on the train, this is how it is, being live, going to try drop some show notes just to touch on our wristwatch checks, the atmosphere of Watches and Wonders, of course, and the Snoopies, etc. So yeah, look out for that, and please check out the show, enjoy it, and definitely keep a sharp eye on our socials next week. There'll be a lot going on, and definitely keep an eye on your preferred podcast provider, because there's probably going to be some new podcast alerts coming from us. So yeah, we look forward to sharing all of the exciting news and releases and just our experience there with all of you. And hopefully we can make it feel like you're on that journey with us. So look out for that. And yeah, that is hasta luego from me in Barcelona. And Parm, be happy because he doesn't have to edit anything out on this show.
No editing. Well, I probably need to edit a few things, but I'm not going to. But as Andy says, hasta luego from Barcelona. It's Toodle Pip from London and laters. And we will see you, and you will hear us from Geneva.